on the Middle East. Do you have any comment on two Al-Jazeera journalists, Ismail and Rami, who were killed in an Israeli airstrike today in northern Gaza? This raises to the number of journalists and media personnel killed in Gaza to 165. What is your reaction?
So we've seen those reports and are tracking the details. We're also have asked our counterparts in the region for additional information should they have it. Look, as the Secretary himself has said, we offer our deep condolences to the many Palestinian journalists in Gaza killed or injured during this war and for all that they are suffered. As I said, we are continuing to engage with the government of Israel and the IDF on the importance of protecting journalists and all civilians during the conflict. We believe that journalists have been integral to shedding a light on the dire circumstances in the Gaza Strip right now. And we have been absolutely clear that Israel has a moral obligation and a strategic imperative to protect civilians. And of course, part of that includes journalists. But I don't have any more as it relates to this specific.
Just a quick follow-up. You said you asked Israel for more information. There have been many incidents over the past 9 months that you asked Israel to provide more information. Can you give us one example?
I'm not going to get into I'm not going to get into specific diplomatic conversations. There have been a number of instances in which we have asked our partners in Israel for additional information, in which they have provided it. They have shed light on the nature of those operations and how they were conducted. We will continue to engage with those conversations privately with our partners in Israel and publicly when needed. Prem, go ahead.
I will have a non-Middle East question later. If
I'm sure you will. Prem, go ahead.
Thank you,
Said, I understand that you are very passionate about these issues. It is not helpful for you to interrupt your colleagues.
I'm sorry, but I'm just making a point that this particular journalist was
I understand.
By the Israelis.
I appreciate your flag, but you interrupting your colleagues is not productive to the daily press briefing process. Prem, go ahead.
So perhaps this is a good follow-up here. It's been 184 days now since Israeli forces killed Hindu Rajab. Her family and medics sent to save her. Last month, when myself and other colleagues asked about the investigation into this, the department said Israel said that they're still investigating, and that Israel also said that the UN and Red Crescent did not respond to outreach from the Israeli government. I reached out to the Red Crescent, and they said that no, the Israeli government did not reach out. So, has the Biden-Harris administration followed up on this alleged lie about the Israeli government, or sought to confirm any of Israel's claims on the half-year-old killing now of this girl and her family?
So we are in touch with our partners in Israel around the clock on a variety of issues. I don't have any specifics to read out as it relates to this conversation. I'm happy to check if there have been any additional updates, but to my understanding, this investigation is still ongoing, and I will leave it to them to speak to the details of it.
So I had reached out to the Israeli government as well, and while I was reaching out to the Red Crescent, they said they would get back to me with an answer, and that they did not after we reported the Red Crescent said that.
Well, it's really, I'm not a spokesperson for the responsiveness of another foreign ministry.
Given that, this government gives them billions of dollars in aid, I imagine that such claims would want to be fact-checked?
So we will continue to engage with our partners in Israel. We ask them for additional information. We ask questions when we see incidents unfold, and we'll continue to do that. As it relates to this incident, I'm not aware of any updates, and I believe this investigation is ongoing.
Okay, and one